Hey, it is Michiko, and I am here with my first official video edition of In Memory of Molly. If you follow me and check my first post, I wrote about my best friend Molly, who died last week of endometrial cancer. She was 52. She just had a birthday on March 2nd. She and I were best friends for 41 years. She was an amazing person. You could not find one bad thing to say about her, except maybe that she was addicted to coffee, and she would wake me up really early in the morning when we would go on our vacations together and try to get me out of bed to drive her to Starbucks. But what I'd like to do is share with you my weight loss journey. I've been overweight for a while now. It's been creeping on, and I have a lot of excuses as to why that is. But the bottom line is Molly was a naturally thin person. And I could see how she stayed thin, but I just never could do it. She quit eating when she was full. She exercised because it was fun for her. She ran like half marathons, and she rode her bike in bike races. She was a sailor. She did yoga, incredibly strong poses. She had 4 children and 2 C-sections, I think, and never gained any weight or kept the weight on afterwards. So she's my hero. She made me want to be a mom. She called me up when she had her first baby. She was on some wicked drugs after the C-section, and I was at work, I remember, in my office, and she's like, you gotta have a baby. They're so awesome. So a number of years later, I was finally able to have a baby. I was 40. And, I got some. That's not a booger. And I had a beautiful, amazing daughter, and Molly was her godmother. And, I'm sorry, okay. Sorry. I would edit that out if I knew how to do that. Maybe I'll figure out how to edit these. But, my daughter, Kimmy, was 4 years old, and she was diagnosed with neuroblastoma cancer. And Molly was on the first plane to San Diego from Chicago, where we grew up and where she lived, to help me. When my daughter lost her hair for the first time, Molly was there. We went together to a woman's, what was it called? Wigs by Patty, or Patty's Pearls or something. And she was also a cancer survivor. And she was amazing, and she gave us a wig for Kimmy for free, and nice wigs are expensive. But we turned a day that would have been filled with tears into something that was full of joy and fun and laughter. And my daughter had so much fun trying on all the wigs. And I remember there's a picture of the 3 of us with like Charlie's Angels wigs on. And I got my head shaved too. We shaved the rest of Kimmy's hair off. So it was traumatic. I've always had you can't tell by this, but I have long hair. So, Molly helped me through that, and I could go on for hours, but that's the memory I'm going to share with you today. Oh, and my daughter Kimmy lost her life last January. On the 6th of January, she passed away in her sleep of the cancer after fighting for 8.5 years. And for my daughter, I learned courage, and I learned that I can live without her in my life. I swore I didn't believe I could. I really didn't. And I promised myself that if I lost her, then I could go too. And I realized suddenly that I was not hoping to catch the COVID virus and die from it. I want to go on, and I know my daughter is proud of me. And I know that Molly is in heaven with my daughter, giving her kisses and hugs, and I'm going to be here on earth, hopefully giving Molly's 4 children and her sister and brother and her parents who are all here. And I got to tell you, Molly lived the most healthy life I know. She was spiritual, she was generous, she was smart, she was drop dead gorgeous, okay? It was hard to be friends with someone that beautiful. It really was, because every boy I liked Molly. She never rubbed it in my face, though, and you know how teenage girls can be. And her kids are all amazing, and so I want to do this every day so that I never forget her, and that I can tell you about how wonderful she is, and so that she can inspire all of us to lead the healthiest lives and the most joyful lives we can, even in the face of pandemic 2020. So I'll be back a little later and we'll talk some more.